Welcome to CMAC 207, a place where prisoners can be heard and help build more compassion for those that are reformed while incarcerated. Some of the stories, thoughts, and opinions may not be suitable for sensitive listeners. Listener discretion is advised. As always, thank you for engaging.
Hello, this is a free call from
an incarcerated individual at Fremont Correctional Facility.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Joey Bear.
Super C, this is a better connection. Our last connection, this last time I called, it's all broken up. It's hard.
It was a little funny, and I actually had to turn you down quite a bit. It was very loud, which normally with a prison call, it's the complete opposite, and I'm adjusting you to go up on the audio board. So I think we're ready. So welcome to the show, Joey. It's our show. That was the dryer going off. We got a lot of background noise. Our co-host, the cat, hasn't joined us yet, so that's good. But today, Joey, you and I are going to have some hot, spicy pillow talk. And we have this conversation, I feel like, way more than the average person. So we're just going to start this off with the first question. Are there pillows in prison?
Yes, there are pillows in prison. And let's put this in perspective where this conversation is going. We're going to specifically talk about pillows that are sold to inmates as an incentive privilege. And most of us have, all right, so we're just like people on the street. Things will happen, and there'll be little idiosyncrasies that will drive us, like hammers and nails, ping, ping, and then your teeth are grinding, and you're just so furious, and you're just like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And in this case, it was the end of the world over a pillow. A simple pillow.
The pillow. Now, let us know, like, tell us about, like, the prison, like, give us, like, what a regular prison pillow is like. Or, like, if you end up in a room that don't have no pillow, like, talk about why it's an incentive, because most people have a pillow. I have multiple pillows.
All right. So, in Virginia, years and years ago, almost 30 years ago, when I was incarcerated and first came to prison, the pillows were bougie. They were cloth pillows. They had nice down feathers in them, or duck feathers or goose feathers, whatever feathers, but they were very nice. But the Department of Corrections is taking a turn about concern about germs and diseases and things like that. And of course, the cloth pillow, you're not going to wash a cloth pillow. And so it's going to be passed from one person to another, and then you're going to have all these germs and stuff. And so they did away with the bougie pillows. And now most Department of Corrections have a plastic, usually a greenish or a turquoise teal type looking color pillow, and it's plastic, and it has just cut up foam in it, and it's hard as anything. But sometimes those pillows are too thin, sometimes they're too thick. Just like on the street, you've got to find that perfect pillow, and you're never going to get the perfect pillow. And if you find that perfect pillow, shakedown happens, and that pillow gets taken and thrown in the middle of the pod with everybody else's pillows. And even if you've got your name on it, you got to sit there and run around and threaten a dude to get your pillow back because somebody's grabbed your pillow. And you're like, oh my God, just a pillow. But it's a big issue because I remember nights where I don't have a pillow. When you move into a new cell and there's no pillow there, then you're like trying to fold up a coat or a blanket, and it's just not the same. And you wake up the next day and your spine hurts and everything hurts and everything. You're grumpy and everything. And this can be detrimental in prison. You start out bad day in prison, and it's really bad, and you're arguing with somebody, you get in a fight, you have to stab somebody or anything. Anything can happen at this point, all because of a simple pillow. And so pillows everybody has a pillow, or you're supposed to have a pillow, but to find a pillow that accommodates you to where you can actually sleep at night is a rarity.
And so you ended up in an incentive pod. And for those of you that don't know, Joey's in an incentive pod because he's a veteran. He did serve our country. He was in the Navy when he was a young boy, graduated high school early so he could join. And so we let him be in our veterans incentive pod. So tell us, the incentive pillow in a veterans pod, what do you get? And tell us what you went through to get it.
Okay. So the Veterans Pod, approximately 9 months ago, posted a memo, maybe even longer, it might have been a year ago, posted a pod, the same thing as a regular incentive pod, that they would be selling these $20 bougie, nice plush cloth pillows, and they sell mattresses too, $90-some mattress, $20-some pillow. Mattresses are too hard or too soft and thick for my back and everything, so I prefer to just sleep on something hard, so I'm satisfied with the prison mattress. But the pillow was something that I was idolizing. I was like, oh, I'm going to give me this pillow. This pillow is going to be the next thing to happiness and euphoric and, Valhalla, and all because of the pillow. I'm looking forward to this thing. And usually, when the institution does these things or food sales or anything, you're going to pay your $20 with the slip. And then within a couple weeks, you're going to get your pillow. And so initially, we gave them our slips. They finally took our money, and within 2 weeks, and they said the pillows were ordered. But 2 weeks came by, a month came by, and we asked, hey, where's our pillows? And they're like, oh, we never ordered them. And we're like, really? You told us 2 weeks ago or a month ago that you ordered the pillows. And this process went on, back and forth, just constant lies, being fed lie after lie after lie, saying, hey, we ordered these pillows, then they're coming, and then they're not coming, and they never got ordered. And it went on for a year almost, 9 months to a year that it went on, where they were like, oh, and finally I had to exhaust the grievance procedure, and I'm like, look, you took my money, where's my pillow? And they were saying, oh, even on the grievance procedure, within the first month, it said, oh, your pillow's been ordered, it's on its way. Then a month would go by, and I would continue to step 2 of the grievance procedure. Oh, we never ordered the pillows will be ordered, they're on their way. Same thing. And finally, in the phase 3 of the grievance procedure, same thing. And I was like, oh my God. And then after the exhaustion of the grievance procedure, finally the pillows arrived. And it's only out of probably 300 pillows that people ordered, there's only like 50-something pillows that actually came in. And I was lucky enough to get my pillows.
And
so
it's wild that, like, in the free world, if we're filing a grievance, it's usually at work for, like, sexual harassment. You're where you live filing a grievance because they did not order a pillow after taking your money. Like, and that's...
But it's not
that's
that.
like, you're filing, like, a formal complaint.
Yes, it sounds insane. Yes,
it sounds insane. That you had to file a formal complaint that they took your money and never ordered the pillows, and the pillows finally come.
Right, it sounds crazy. I know.
I know. But this was ongoing. Like, Joey updated me on the grievances that he followed and their follow-ups, and, like, he had to fight the good fight for these pillows.
This is a man who in 30 years has never let anybody take something from him. I've not been stolen from. I've not been gypped out of anything. I've not been hustled for anything. I've always made the point in my life never to let somebody take something from me. And so the thought of even $20, these people taking $20 from me, just drove me. It made me grind my teeth at night. I lost sleep over this and everything, all because here I am thinking these people are lying to me, coming in every day lying to me, and they're part of this scheme to simply steal $20 from me, because approximately, all right, so each incentive unit has their own account, and the incentive unit for the Veterans Pod overdrew an account so the lady that processed the money, that took the prison money, actually took the money from another account. Now, this had nothing to do with me. They were wanting to order air fryers and things for the pod, and this all happened before I moved into the unit. Okay, I'm fine with that. And so then what you do is you come by those people that ordered those things, and they did. They came by, and that was one of their threats at one point. They came by and said, hey, we accidentally overdrew this account. You all need to sign these slips for those of you that wanted individual DVD players and things like that to have your money drawn from your account to pay for it. But at this time, an audit was going on, and so the Department of Corrections just wanted that account to be balanced out so they didn't look bad at the audit. And so these guys signed the slips under the promise that as soon as you turned in all these slips, we would order the pillows. And this was like the 3rd month in the whole process. And so, of course, these guys signed these slips. They took the money and everything. But by then, they didn't realize that they were just balancing out the account to the point where it was reading 0, including everybody's pillow money. And so everybody that paid for a pillow had actually contributed their $20 to all this stuff they got bought before I even moved into the pot, I was like, no, that doesn't work like that. I want my pillow. I paid for a pillow. I don't care what all these guys wanted. It has nothing to do with me whatsoever. You can't just steal my $20 and not give me something I bought. And so then they realized that now they're missing all the pillow money. But for the audit, they look good because all the money was there.
Right.
I
The
got to
books,
balance out
the
that
books are
Christmas account.
correct. They're happy. It looks good financially.
Well, the books are
but
not
there's
correct.
but there's
The books are
missing
not correct.
pillows. Right.
Right, there's missing pillow money now. Now everybody that bought their pillows over, $3,000 worth of pillows, all that money has been spent on all this stuff, and you're like, oh my God.
And
so
you
now they
weren't
have to
just
find a way
fighting
to-
for your pillow. You were fighting for everyone on the pod that had ordered these pillows. Like, you're fighting
Right,
the
we
good
all-
fight.
And it's all because I never let anybody take something from me. So every time they came in and they lied to me, it just made me grip my teeth even harder. And I'm like, oh, I know you're lying. And I would tell them, the captain would come in, I'd be like, dude, I know you're lying. I know you stole my money. I would like my money. And their excuse then, they were telling me to my face, well, oh, no, this is an incentive program. And so any money that you donate to the incentive program doesn't get you anything. They can just take your money. I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Right, because we didn't
So
make a
things like-
donation. We bought a pillow, so the money was given with
Well,
the
they're saying
intent to
your
get a
pillows
pillow.
was a donation. They're saying, because the way that the pillows are being sold, they're saying that they're incentive donation, that once you leave, you're supposed to donate it and things like that, but they get destroyed once you leave because of germs and everything like that. And so anytime you buy anything in these incentive units in Colorado, they're going to sit there and say this is a donation, and they may never buy it. If you want a DVD player, okay, you'll sign the slip for them to take the money off your book to buy this DVD player, and you may never see it. And their excuse is that it's written in their ARs to justify them stealing your money, that once you make a donation, it is a donation. It is to the incentive unit. They don't have to buy whatever you spent this money on. And I'm like, oh, my God. And so in this case, I wanted to buy a guitar for the pod. I wanted to buy a guitar, some strings, and things like that. And at the same time that this pillow process was going on, I'd actually asked for them to take $85 out for the guitar. And so then I was like, that was part of the grievance initially. Hey, I want my $85 back for this guitar because you're not even going to buy the guitar. You've just taken everybody's money, and you're just saying, hey, what do you do? And so eventually, I was lucky that they never actually did take the $85 out for the guitar, or I would have never got it back. They're just literally saying that to justify taking your money and not appropriating it for the appropriate things, they're just saying you're donating it. And it is so absurd, but that's the way it works.
Right, and to put this in perspective, like, you work and you get, what, $4 a month?
$20 a month.
$20 a month. So
this would have been a month's worth of work to buy a pillow.
right, and even if I had sent you the money for the pillow, I don't get paid overly well. That would have been an hour's worth of work for me. So
right, this is people's loved ones sending money for these pillows or these electronics. Or let's take this even a step further. All right, so our loved ones here are allowed to buy PlayStation 4s, Nintendo Wiis, and send them into the prison. And the prison says, no, we're not going to give you your individual Nintendo Wii, or we're not going to give you your individual PlayStation. We're going to say that we're going to put these in a room where we might have 8 PlayStations, and you've got 300 people in the incentive unit, and everybody has to use your PlayStation and things like that. It's not a personal purchase for you. Essentially, your family bought a PlayStation, and they donated it to the prison. And you may not even get to use your own PlayStation. You have to go down every Sunday night and sign up for time slots and everything like that. Or same thing with video games or your Nintendo Wiis and things like that. And it's absurd. Why not? And I looked this up, and this is just one of those prime examples where sometimes the Department of Corrections tries to put their boot to your neck and they'll press you. Because I looked it up, and our fans versus the amount of electricity that a PlayStation 3 or 4 takes. The PlayStation 4 runs off of 28 times less electricity than the fan in our cell. But their excuse is that your PlayStation 4, the reason they don't want you to have PlayStation 4 is because they say that it's going to blow sockets and circuits and everything like that. That makes no sense.
because the
It's
fan
simply-
voltage-wise is more apt to blow a fuse
Right.
than
20 times
right.
more.
Okay.
Right. And so it's common sense. Anybody can deduce. It can be a 2-year-old can deduce that the sole reason that they really don't want you to have that PlayStation in your cell is because then it's yours, and you actually have that opportunity to relax and play those games and everything. and you don't have to interact, which it makes no sense to me, because ideally, I would, if I was Department of Corrections, I would say, hey, let everybody's family buy them a PlayStation, because at that point, this is a perfect babysitter. Instead of people running around and getting in all types of trouble and things like that and fighting and arguing, what's better babysitter than sitting in your cell 24/7 playing a video game?
Now,
same thing with the mattresses.
I'm going to call you back. We're going to digress back to the pillow. You wait a year. The pillows finally come in. And tell us about this pillow.
All right, my pillow's all right. It's a little thinner, and so I have to wrap a blanket around it. But at that point, it's a perfect pillow. So it's very nice. It's very plush and everything. But just 2 weeks ago, all the other pillows came in, and they are just crappy. They're so horrible and so thin and so generic. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm glad I got my pillow when I got my pillow finally.
But before you were wrapping the blanket around it, you had some complaints.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not thick enough. It's definitely not thick enough. My neck, I would wake up every morning and my neck would be hurting and my spine would be hurting. It just set my whole day off wrong.
So you fought so hard to get this pillow. You got the pillow, and then the pillow was uncomfortable.
But the grass is definitely greener on my side at this point, because the pillows they got the other day,
They're
what can
even
you expect
worse.
for $20? Let's be realistic. And here's another issue that makes no sense regarding pillows and mattresses. All right, so they use these as an incentive, and with the Department of Corrections, education is like just the other day where we have not enough paper to last past month of March, which makes no sense in and of itself, because the college university from the Pell Grant is supplying things and things like that, so there should be plenty of paper for the whole Department of Corrections. But if I'm a Department of Corrections employee and we sell these $99 mattresses and we sell these $20 pillows, why not sell them to everybody? This is going to save the Department of Corrections millions of dollars. If everybody that can't afford a mattress or pillow is allowed to buy these mattresses and pillows, that saves money in the state for buying their own mattresses and pillows that they have to appropriate. So this shouldn't be something that should be an incentive. If we're dealing with logic and budgets and things like that, let's open this up. For those family members that can buy these things for everybody, let them buy them.
Right, because they could use that funding for a lot of stuff. They could, and
programs.
They could run a lot of programs just from selling pillows that are comfortable, just by selling mattresses that are comfortable. And the reality is they could jack the price up as high as they want, and people would still pay it just to have a small comfort.
Video games. You tell the individual on a compound in any state that if they behave, they can go to an incentive unit, and they're allowed to buy their own PlayStation, their own pillows, or you can have other incentives in a pillow and mattress, because this really is an incentive. A pillow and mattress will be you at the end of the day. But you tell somebody that you can have a PlayStation if their family can afford it in their cell, have all their games and things like that. These are something that is very incentivized. This is going to stop a lot of violence, a lot of drug activity, a lot of things like that. Because now you have something that you're really giving somebody the opportunity to. And if your family spends $600 on video games, a PlayStation or something like that, and you screw that up, that's more of a reprimand for your family than any department, at least for me. To sit there and know, let's say hypothetically, I was allowed to buy my own PlayStation, and I asked people to contribute money for this and everything like that. You, my mom, things like that. Everybody contributes this money to me. And then I actually fuck it up, how bad I feel for letting those people down that I love and care for. This is something that would just be, and generally most human beings are going to feel bad and have a goal saying they're not just going to risk everything that they've got in their cell now over a simple getting high for 5 minutes or anything like that. So this is a very good incentive. But we're off the topic of pillows. At the end of the day, like I said, my grass is greener with my pillow than those other poor bastards. I'm sorry.
Joey, we're so glad you like your pillow. We're glad you worked through this.
Yes, with a blanket wrapped around the pillow, it's good. But, my God.
I want to say, if you're a prison wife or...
You have 1 minute left.
You might be having pillow talk a lot, because pillows they're hot in a prison. People want a pillow.
People want a pillow. Yeah, I can't sleep without a pillow.
I can't
have to
sleep without
roll
my
up the blanket.
pillows. I love my pillows.
Yeah. So everybody loves pillows in the world.
Yeah,
Women,
I couldn't sleep without one. I couldn't just roll up a blanket and be like, that's good enough.
people steal pillows. If you move in the cell and you don't have a pillow, you're going on a hunt. You're subject to die for a pillow in prison. These are very important things.
All right, let's thank everyone and wrap this up. Thank you
All right,
everyone
thank you all.
for listening.
Thank you all for talking about pillows with me tonight.
We're gonna get disconnected, and thank you for listening to our hot, spicy pillow talk.
Yeah, thank you for listening to Spicy Pillow Talk.